again, I'm not the best always at remembering stuff like that, but in my past life, I had a lot more customers than I have now, and I would check my CRM before I went in just to kind of see what we talked about last time, if there's anything personal in there. And I had customer after customer going saying, "You have the best memory of anybody I've ever known." I did not. A CRM automates your memory. So yeah, like I was talking about, it's continued customer education. It's just most of your customers don't know everything you do. And again, when you first sign them up, they again, if you have 10 different products and services you have, they don't know. And then plus you might add some down the road, but either way, I've found, just like I mentioned, that, international company, 500% growth. And the strategy I used was I would just take a look at a list of hospitals and big companies here in the area, and they didn't order very much from us. And we just asked for a 15-minute call to give them kind of the last 2 years in 15 minutes, and I'll bring you some fun stuff. And they would let me come in, and then I have a coupon book, and I'd be flipping through the coupon book, and they'd be going, "When did you guys start doing that?" 2 years ago. I mean, again, so you need to do a good job of explaining what your products and services are, or maybe you have a product or service. This is still continued customer education that you didn't even know what you did helped out customers in a certain way. So you find out from your customers that something you do helps them out that you never thought of before. You need to educate your customers to know. So those are really big keys that I've found that have gotten me to be able to get a lot more business out of existing customers, because statistically, all the studies show that existing customers are 40, whatever it is, a lot more likely to just use someone they're already using. So yeah, those are that's a strategy that I've taught so many companies in the local $50 million company here. That he said that was his biggest thing. He just wasn't doing a good job of explaining how things have changed on codes and zoning and how they're handling it and new processes they do. And he said that it just really just build his reputation up more, because he's already an expert, but he's even going deeper of explaining how other customers have kind of told him his products and services help, or their team products and services help people.
Yep. I like that a lot because, like you said, the second sale is always way easier than the first sale. Way easier.
Yep.
Yeah. One of my old clients, we worked together years ago when I was doing a totally different thing. Yeah. And she came back to me. She's like, "Hey, I need your help with your new service." I was like, "All right, let's go." So yeah.
Yeah. So I think, so a lot of my stuff, again, is just stuff over the years that I found and there's so much to be focused on, but again, we need to say whatever we're doing is right. Customer generating activities are customer retaining activities, and you can put expansion there too. But those are some things that people need to kind of worry about. And then how do you manage all that stuff with a good CRM and making sure that you note stuff with the CRMs and stuff, and follow up. Like I said, you automate your memory. Again, if someone tells you to call them back in a month, you have to put it in your CRM or you're going to forget it. And so, yeah, I think a lot of people overcomplicate the sales a lot of times. And so let me kind of recap on some stuff. So, if you're a business yourself, I think the strategic customer cycle, there's 7 stages: retaining, qualifying, prospecting, converting, fulfilling, supporting, expanding. Where are you strong? Where are you weak? That's how you build your game plan. That's what's not going to change. Where's AI going to help me with all this stuff, right? And then within here, you're going to be focused on what areas get me the most new customers. Well, it's not supporting, right? So maybe you need to automate some of your supporting or outsource part of your, right? When you spend most of your time talking to customers. So what are you talking to customers, prospective customers and customers? And then, as I mentioned, use the CRM, that's all that. And then the power of referral partners. Yeah. That is just crucial. And then also they can be both, but also sometimes even cross-marketing partners. that the power of that, because they're going to send you customers that with problems you can most likely handle or have handled in the past to you. It's like, that's just brilliant. And then use, your favorite LLM and ask them to give me 25 great referral partners, 25 great cross-market partners to see if you, and again, a lot of them, you're either not going to think they're right or they're weird or you already know them. But your goal is to see if you can find one or two new referral partners and cross-market partners you hadn't thought of to reach out to.
Yep. And with that, something that I want to give away as far as how to keep your referral partners organized, because like I label them in my CRM, that's one thing, but I also use a website called Referit, Referit.
Oh.
That site is a game changer for referral partners, because what you do is you link up with someone, you add them on Referit, and then when you have somebody that you want to send them, you just send them to them on Referit. You put in their email address, their phone number, what they do, all of that, and it sends them an invite. Like, it's super easy, super simple, and I love it. We've been using it for a while now, and it's helped a ton.
That's awesome.
And the one of the guys that kind of helped promote it, he didn't build it, but he helped promote it, and he has courses on how to be a good referral partner, all of that. He's just phenomenal at what he does. So yeah, like referral partners are a game changer in any business.
Yeah, and again, I just bring that because because I talk to a lot of my customers and they just don't leverage them enough, or they have a couple. They have a couple. I'm like, could you use some more? Well, yeah. Well, why don't you go get some more?
Right. Yeah. And that's what I need to do, especially after talking to you today. It's like, I already knew how game-changing referral partners is, but I'm sitting here thinking, I'm not doing enough for my current referral partners and my future ones. So I need to get more.
Yeah, I'm old school. Put them in your CRM, but at the same time, sometimes visuals are good. So stick them on your wall. You know what I mean? So you can kind of, like make sure you don't lose track of who your best referral partners are.
Yeah.
I always say good referral partners are a cheat code. Because again, like on my napkin, the old way, what do you got to prospect, you got to find them, and you got to build up relationships. All that takes so much time.
Yeah.
And the cheat code is your referral partner sending you somebody that they've talked really good about you, and that you can help them out.
I don't know about you, but I prefer it when I meet with someone the first time, and we close, and they become a client, and we help them out. Like, rather than cold calls, meeting, email, meeting, and then they finally close. I like the first close,
Yeah. Like I said, I always prefer, if you can, to get a meeting with them first.
And like one thing that like we do in our company, when we have a meeting with someone, we're not pushy on the sales. We look to educate them on what we do, and then we usually tell them how to do it themselves. But doing it yourself, it's like more overwhelming usually. They're like, you do all of that. So yeah, that's what needs to be done. And then they're like, well, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you about something called the lily pad technique. And what it is you're leveraging the already there and relationships. So I'll give you in my first book I talk about. So I had this hospital I was helping out. So the HR department, they needed some more HR manuals, and they screwed up, and it was a rush order. So our delivery guy, I delivered him myself. So her name was Michelle. Scott, you're a lifesaver again. How can I ever thank you? Hey, I've been trying to get into your marketing person. Is there any way you can introduce me to the marketing person as a good guy that helps you? Of course. She walks me down the hallway, knocks on her door, and goes, Scott's our lifesaver. You need to use him. I've been trying to get into her for months. So that's like a lily pad. So I was already there. I'm building my relationship from an existing customer. So for there, I was jumping from HR to marketing, and then from marketing, I went to IT, executive offices, operations. So you're just like a lily padding. You're already there, or you're close to there. So then the other one was the same technique, and this is out of my book. Where is it at? It's black and white. Is I can't find it. So just imagine. Oh, here it is. Just imagine. Okay, right here. So now I am. I taught this to two of my team members. So when I worked for the attorney, we had an anesthesiologist that was a customer, and I would go by there once a month and drop off money. And right next door was a prospect that used a competitor, and dentist office, and I would just, I'd get referrals from other dentists and medical providers and stuff like that. And when I was there, I would purposely sometimes drop by and then drop by next door to the dentist office going, hey, I'm next by, again, helping out your neighbor and love to help you out. Oh, and here's another reference letter, right? And again, so that's just, I'm leveraging the fact that I'm already there and close to it. And so when I prospect, I mention I'm next door at your neighbors, right? And drop off another. So in my book, here's a good example is, now I taught that to a superstar lady that worked for me. She's awesome. And so she asked me, hey, this is back in 2009, I was writing my book. She asked me, she said, hey, how'd you get that new customer? I said, I lily padded the new building down on 11th Street. She knew exactly. We had a couple customers in that building. All they did is there was a customer up on the top floor. I would just go up there and say, hey, I was stopping by two of your neighbors, and I'd love to help you out too. So that's the lily pad technique, and I tell you, it works really well if done correctly and you're doing it honestly. But that's so I'm teaching all those kind of strategies and stuff like that to take again. So that once like I taught Terry that lily pad technique. Oh, I lily padded the building next door. I mean, I knew right away the strategy she used.
Yep. That's amazing. I like that technique a lot. Thank you for sharing that a lot. This episode is sponsored by Atopic AI for Opportunity. Atopic is an AI-powered opportunity discovery platform, and the best word that I can describe it is ChatGPT, but instead of giving you information, it gives you real people you should be connecting with. Whether you're looking for clients, partners, investors, job prospects, or high intent leads, Atopic makes it simple. You just type what you're looking for, and the AI thinks through thousands of signals, and then surfaces verified prospects with context, not random lists. It even helps you follow up, nurture conversations, and track your pipeline. What I love about Atopic, and why I'm excited to have them as a sponsor, is that they're solving the biggest problem in business growth: finding the right people at the right time. If you haven't yet, go to atopic.com and try it. It's one of the smartest tools out there for people trying to grow their business. I'll just let you handle it. Like, okay, good.
Yeah. See, again, you're not selling, you're solving.
Exactly.
It's all about verbiage. It's in a brain,
And telling them how to solve the problem themselves.
Yeah.
And telling them how we can solve it for them,
Yeah, I love that's a lot of people do that, and which I like it. You go, hey, a lot of this stuff you can do yourself, but it, some people do go themselves, but then but sometimes somebody goes, wow, that's a lot. You do all that for me for that amount of money? I think I'd just rather use you. But I like the approach of just saying, hey, I'll teach you how to do it.
Yeah, like I know one person that I can think of right now. She booked a meeting with us because she's seen our social media post about what we do. And we got on a call, and she was like, it's not in my budget right now. But at the end of the call, because we told her, like, step by step, like, what she could do for herself to be successful on social media. But at the end of the call, she was like, okay, I'm going to give it a whirl. And I think it was about 2 weeks later, she called back and became a client. So,
It's
yep.
I'm gonna let Nick and his team do it.
Yep. So, yeah. But yeah, I love what you do. I love how you simplified sales for us today. Everybody needs to go out and get your books. I know I am. I can't wait to read that because I know there's a lot of gold nuggets in there. And for the listeners, how can they work with you, and where can they find your books?
Well, like Amazon, everything's on Amazon.
Yeah, that's
so
what I
get my
figured.
books on Amazon. Put Scott Marker. The first one is "Let's Get It On." That's how John McCarthy used to say to UFC, "Let's get it on."
Mm-hmm.
So that's where that title came from. Let's Get It On: Realistic Strategies for Winning. Realistic in the real parentheses, realistic strategies. Now that one is 2009, so it's a lot of this. I still teach out of it a lot of the sales strategies out of that one. And my latest book, Broken. That the first book's a lot more tactical, like things, where my Broken is more kind of a go-to-market book. Like now it talks about and we won't go into but what's wrong with sales and how to make sales better, right? So that's a big piece of it. And but the rest of it is how can you get the whole team roll in the same direction? And I tell you, it's a lot of common sense. I'll give you one thing. If you have a company and it's a certain size, you have marketing and you have sales and customer service. Okay. And your marketing people are making marketing material and they've never been on a sales call with you. How can they make content if they've never been on a prospect call before? Or in a meeting with customer service and they're complaining about what's wrong with your product or saying what's so great about your product. So that's one of many things which everybody knows, but it's not. I don't blame marketing. I don't blame customer service. I don't blame sales. I blame leadership. The owner or the CEO needs to take responsibility. If there's not alignment, it's a CEO's problem. It's a culture thing. You have to have everybody with similar goals, row in the same direction, and all of them being actually talking to customers, not actually with pretend. Anyway, so that's really what the two big differences on the book. And the best way to reach out to me is I'm speaking in my profile, but I have this shirt on and I have a hat on, and it's Scott Marker, and and so it'll say in the back it'll say Scott. That's the best way to reach out to me. If anybody, and again, just mention you heard me on Nick's podcast, and I'll connect with anybody. And I love talking about sales, done the right way. I just love talking about sales.
I want to thank you for bringing up the fact that the people marketing the company should be on a sales call so they know how it is. As someone that owns a marketing agency, I'm like, okay, every customer I have now, I'm going to reach out to them, but hey, I want to get on a sales call with you. I think that's gold.
Yeah, because and then this is kind of marketing speak, but there's top of the funnel and there's the bottom of the funnel, right? And the top of the funnel, a lot of times you're just trying to get interest and stuff like that. That's why salespeople, I used to create my own marketing material, because marketing, when I read it, I went, that's not, I hear my customers say what their challenges are. It has nothing. It's because they're at the top of the funnel. The bottom of the funnel is the conversations that in the trenches. And again, that's where the big gap over the years has been between the two teams, is because salespeople and customer service too. And because now salespeople can also learn from customer service, right? Because customer service can say, hey, we're so great and everything like that. Well, customer service can say, hey, you didn't explain this very good, or even marketing, right? So this is what I always say is a good way to do an audit in your company is if you have a marketing company and sales. So marketing might be first reaching out to the customer, then they talk to a salesperson maybe, and then they end up getting onboarded and going with customer service. You need to talk to customer service and say, how well did they understand what we do? Or was it a big pie in the sky that marketing said, or did sales trying to meet their quarterly goals so they don't get fired or win a Tesla? made up stuff that they shouldn't do. So that's where the communication is so important and again, why are we doing this? Customer-centric.
Mm-hmm.
It's what's best for the customer, not what's best for my commission, not what my commission. It's what's best for the customer. What's best for the customer is everybody be rowing together. And to do that, we have to talk to prospective customers on their challenges and existing customers to be able to truly understand their challenges and how to be able to communicate it to other people. I'll give you one other little tip here. Okay. I've done this for years and years, and now other people are mentioning it, but not the way I do it. So I always say, if you have a new prospect, this kind of B2B stuff, like for example, I used to, when I worked for the attorney, we did a bunch of dentist offices. Okay. So I'm going into a dentist office, and most of the time I was referred in by another dentist. So that's a referral partner, right? Huge thing right away. But what would I do? I would sometimes, especially if the dentist was burned by the other company that was a competitor to us or wasn't happy with them or whatever, right? They're going to have their cards really close to their chest. So they're not going to say, oh yeah, here's all the problems I have, and just tell you everything right away the first time they meet you. You got to build trust up. So what do? Is I have a saying, right? Turn every product into a service, every service into a solution, every solution into customer success stories with outcomes. That's what you need to do. So so now what I do is I would come in and I would, we have, a service, but I'm going to turn it into a customer success story. So when I went to that dentist, I would say, hey, thanks for having me here and stuff. And what are your challenges and stuff? Well, they tell you a couple things, right? And you're, oh, okay. Well, really, I've done 50 other dentist offices. I know they have more challenges than that. I go, hey, let me tell you how we help out the dentists that sent you to us and other like dentists. Is here's a couple ways we've helped them cover this challenge, and they say that's one of the biggest things they've got impacted their business is working with us. In fact, one dentist office told me that we were bringing in an additional $30,000 a month. Wow. So is something like that a challenge? And they're going, wow, I never thought about. Is by telling success stories of other people how you overcome it, it helps them a lot of times better understand their own challenges and maybe challenges they don't even have versus the old school interrogation. Hey, tell me, Nick, what keeps you up at night? No, you're the expert. You're there to help educate them, not have them educate you. Now, you do have to ask them questions on what their challenges are and all that, but the old school was a lot more interrogating people, right? No, you got to go in there and tell them how you help other like customers to see if any of those things resonate, or go, do any of those resonate? Nope, none of them resonate. Well, why'd you call me here again? Well, for this problem. Oh, we do help customers with that problem. But again, I've done that for years and years, coached other people, and telling success stories is one of the best ways to help your prospective customers understand their own challenges better and also challenges they don't even know they have.
I love that, and that's something that I'm going to implement myself. So thank you so much.
Cool. The thing that motivates me the most is give me feedback. Hey, here's what I did. I didn't quite understand this. Or, hey, why didn't we think of this before? It's because that's all I think about is doing sales the right way. Solving, not selling.
Sweet. So, yeah, this has been phenomenal for me, my company, my life. The viewers out there, I know they're going to take a lot away from this. And just, you're a rock star because you take sales, something that I was taught is a complicated thing, and you simplify it. And
KISS principle, keep it simple, Scott.
Yep. So yeah, thank you so much. And my last question, which is, my slogan is, your abilities are infinite. What does that mean to you?
So, what does your abilities are infinite mean to me is that most of us, me for sure, our limitations are self-imposed. It's in between your ears, your brain, the way your negative self-taught, because I am a 2-time author. I've taught professional selling at Boise State University for several years. I'm an entrepreneur. I run a successful franchise for over 7 years. I would have never, that is so outside my comfort zone. I was not a school person. Anyway. And so once I kind of thought about it, I thought my own self-beliefs is so once I can get out of my own way, it's infinite what most people can do. So most people just need to try to get rid of their self-limiting beliefs, and they can accomplish 10 times more than they ever thought they could.
That answer was spot on for me because it's exactly what I believe in. That's exactly what I help people understand. You're getting in your own way. Stop overthinking, stop the negative self-talk, and just take action and get things done.
Yep.
So, all right, Scott, thank you so much for being on the show. Everybody listening, I will drop all Scott's links in the show notes so you can get his book, you can contact him, all of that. So, thank you so much.
Hey, I appreciate it. It was an honor being on, Nick.
Thank you. If you enjoyed this show, please go ahead and share it anywhere else that you see fit, because the only way that I can grow this is by you guys sharing it. I don't sell anything on here, so let's just get it out there by word of mouth, help more people. Alright, everyone, remember, your abilities are infinite.